and it's trying to go back, so I'll just close this joint on Euro NZD. So I just made the easiest $200 one can ever make, actually, right? Just doing nothing. So if you want to know how I did it and how I did analyze this market, Euro NZD, stick around. As usual, guys, I do document my trades before I take them. At the moment I do take them until the moment I take my profit, or until the moment I close my trades. All right, so this is First Hand FX, and if this is the first time you're watching this video, maybe you came across this channel, guys, stick around. As usual, we are always late, and maybe after watching the video till the end, you might consider smashing that subscribe button. That is if you learn something out of this video. All right, so stick around. Today I'm going to analyze Euro NZD. I did take this trade yesterday, that was in the afternoon, I believe so, and then took my profit today in the morning. All right, so how did I approach this market? First thing, I had to go to the weekly as usual to understand how the market was behaving out. The market was approaching a support or a resistance. Guys, I usually preach about that every day. All right, you need to understand how the market is approaching a certain resistance or how the market is approaching a support. With that, guys, if you understand what is happening, then I believe you might now at least you might have a knowledge where the market will be trying to head. All right, so I went to the weekly, as you can see over here. I just, once again, I'm not going to delete everything. I don't want to waste your time, guys. I'll just illustrate everything. All right, so look at this over here. Look at this, look over here, guys. You can see that was the immediate previous high. All right, so I just had to identify this. Why do I say this was the immediate previous high? You can see that price played around that zone for some time. Look at this. All right, look at those candlesticks, tried to play around that area. I mean, then you can see price drop, and then price went once again to retest that zone. All right, so with that in mind, that's why I had to draw that resistance. Okay, so now so I just had to understand how price is going to approach this resistance. So look at this pattern over here that I did draw. All right, look at that channel. So you can see that price did approach this zone in a contraction channel. Right, so anytime, guys, I see that pattern, that contraction, then it always just gives me an indication that price is about to reverse, either to the upside or to the downside. So I went to the daily. Let's go, baby. So you can see the trend line over here are looking more clear and beautiful at the daily. Right, so at the daily, this is what's up. Then I had to identify more zones that price tried to bounce off as usual, just the same way I did identify the previous high on the weekly. The same way I had to identify on the daily. Look at this zone over here. Okay, now look at this. Price did this, went up, then came down, went up, came down. So you can see price tried to play over that zone for some time, so that had to be an area to watch out. So that's what's up. Basically, this should be where the price, I believe, is coming to retest. All right, but then let's continue. So I had to go to the H4. Now I'm currently zooming in to understand what the market is doing and to understand how to tackle this market. Right, so then I had to understand, okay, market went up, they now broke from this zone over here. Look at this. You can see that they now broke. Now this is, remember, this is the highest point that I did draw on my weekly. Right, so we can see that price broke. Maybe that was a false break, then now came down. All right, went up once again, tried to come down, then broke, then went up, then came down. Then okay, I did understand, okay, what is this price trying to do? Then I just had to go to the H1. Right, so for now we're just trying to draw our trend lines, support and resistance, and try to understand more what price is doing. Okay, now look at this. At the H1, I can see that price was giving us a downtrend. Let me circle that. Look at this downtrend over here. All right, price was somehow giving us downtrend, so that's why you can see I have this support or trend line over here, then a resistance trend line over there. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. We have this over here, and we also have this. Okay, So I just had to understand what price was doing during that period that it was in a downtrend. So look at this, price went up, then came down to retest that support, then went up, came down, then went up to give us a double top for a reversal, then came down, right? So then price went up, then down. Okay, then I just had to understand, okay, now there's something happening over here. There's a support that price is trying to respect over here. Okay, all right, so that's what's up. So then let me remove this. Don't want to be dirty. Let's continue. So I just had to zoom in more. I went back to the 15 minutes, guys. Remember, I've not taken entry. Either way, I've not made any decision whether to take a buy or a sell entry, right? So when this was happening, guys, price actually was around this zone over here. This movement that you are seeing, let me draw that. This movement that you are seeing currently had not happened yet. Don't worry, guys, I did document that before taking that entry. Okay, so all I was seeing was this price was also giving us this joint like this. Okay, uptrend, but inside that uptrend I could also see another trend over here. You can see this line. I don't know, let me draw this sketch. You can see that, and then by looking at that, okay, I did understand. Okay, now price also approached this high over here that was our resistance from the weekly, also in a contraction channel. So that just gave me another confidence that okay, now we want to go down. All right, so with that in mind, okay, now I started now to look for my sell entry positions. Okay, by then price was still in this zone, so I just had to identify the immediate previous higher low this time, because now it was an uptrend. So the immediate previous higher low was this zone over here. Okay, look at this, price was giving us higher high, low, higher low, higher high. So now I just had to wait for price to come down, then break out of this higher low at the 1 hour. Remember, the same way I do take my trades is the same approach I did also take this sell entry. As you can see, this yellow line, this is where I did take my sell entries. Let me just extend this for you guys to see that clearly, right? Okay. Hey, what's popping? So I have a position on Euro NZD, right? Here we go. Let me just open that. I have a position on Euro NZD that I have to take. So I'll explain everything actually in my trading view after the trade closes, right? So for now, let me just give it some that should be, was it 80 or 50? Was it, what was the risk? Let me see something over here. Probably that should have been 70. Let me just see. Okay, so that's what's up. Okay, so I have to swing this joint all the way down because I have great analysis and confidence on this joint, right? I'll explain everything actually in my trading view, so don't worry, right? So I'll maybe I'll adjust my stop loss, then see how it plays out. 81, 767, 67. So my stop loss should be 8249. Okay, 1.82419. Okay, all right, so just let this joint play out, guys, and I'll be back. All right, so my first take profit was this support, because I just had to identify, okay, this support price has played around this support zone for some time. All right, so I also said that okay, that area had to be sensitive. That means that price might bounce off this area. All right, so then what happened next, guys? News came out. CPI, I also documented that when news came out. Just look at news, man. Just look at news. See how news tries and turns good trades to be bad. Look at news, man. Look at news. Look at news. Crazy news. Look at news, man. Look at news. But either way, I'm not closing this joint. Look at news, man. Crazy, 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 crazy. Look Look at nose, man. CPI. Crazy. That's why I hate trading nose. But either way, the news just found me because I was already in this trade and I was still in a drawdown, so I could not just close it. Right? But it is what it is, man. That it is. Nose, man. It is what it is. Brazy. Fool. That's nose, man. Fool. All right. Then look at this candlestick. Let's just go back to the H1. Everything changed, guys. My trade turned to a bad trade. Look at this candlestick. So news went all the way up. Then I was in a damn drawdown, but I still had faith that okay, this market had a good potential of going down. So either way, I just held on to my position. Remember, I also said in my previous video that I don't trade when the news is about to come, all right? But this is what's up, guys. Remember, I also said that I should be trading on Monday and Tuesday, then leave Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because there are always news, and then news always have taken me out every time. So look at this. News also almost took me out once again. Look at that quick. All right, let me just zoom in. News just almost took me out once again. All right, like I said before, news is the only news is the only thing that usually take me out, because I usually trust my analysis. All right, anytime I take my trades without the news, I do smash profits, but when the news comes, I do take losses. So look at this. News almost took me out, but after that, you can see price started moving to my direction. Look at this beautiful candlestick, bearish engulfing Marubozu candlestick. That was powerful, right? So the rest was history. Price did smash that first take profit, but it's still having a good potential to go to the downside. I just had to close it in the morning. Popping in, so I just noticed that price did hit a support over here, and it's trying to go back, so I'll just close this joint on Euro NZD. And then I still have NZD card. I don't know why it's pulling back, but I'll still hold on to this. I'll be back. Let me show you something at the H1. Right, I had buyers that this market has a potential to drop up to 174 pips up to this zone, but then at the same time this zone proved to be sensitive. You can see how many times price has respected this zone. Look at this. We have this. Come on. We had this. Look at this. Price respecting that zone. Price did respect that zone. Look at that. Price just respecting that zone. So I could not just hold on to that. At the same time, I also saw a certain candlestick over here that gave me something. Look at this candlestick. All right, inverted hammer. Look at this is just a hammer. Look at that candlestick. This is a hammer. All right, that just gave me a confirmation that okay, this price might try to reverse on the upper side. So I just had to close my trade manually, but initially my take profit was over here. I did not trade this market either way because price did not give me clear structure to trail my stop loss. All right, so I'll just remove that. That's done. And then I also have a position on NZD card. NZD card was also in a good let me just start once again. NZD. Let me tell you something over here, how I did approach NZD. It's a good trade though. It's a good trade. I'm still holding on to that too. I'm still in that trade, have not closed. So you can see once again, guys, I'm just tired of even repeating the same thing. That is one thing about forex. You just have to repeat the same boring thing every day and every time you want to take your trade. So let's start. So if you don't understand what I did in the previous videos or the previous analysis that I just analyzed, that is Euro NZD. Now begin once again. Look at this. I just had to identify a zone that price is trying to play. Look at this zone over here. This zone over here, identified with this line, right? Then after that I did identify more zone. The previous now high was this zone. Go back to the daily now, okay? And then immediately you identify those zones. Try to understand once again, try to understand how the market is approaching the support or the resistance. Guys, if you understand what I'm talking about, then I believe you'll be a ghost, guys. You'll be a ghost, man. All right, so let's go to the 4 hours, because understanding how the market is approaching a resistance or support is a very golden thing, guys. All right, so this is what's up. This was our support, of course, but I had to start drawing my support and resistance. Look at this trend line. We had that. We also had this, right? Then inside this trend line, we also had some trend line inside too, right? Key. Then now zooming in, guys, once again, let's go to the H1. Before now making decision, we are now trying to draw our support and resistance trend lines, trying to understand what this market is trying to do, right? So let's now start. Look at this. Price was in a downtrend, yes. Then now price started giving us a high, low, high, low, the high. But then look at this. Price also there was also another trend line over here, the resistance over here, resistance trend line, right? So price touched that trend line, then bounce off that, now hitting that. Identified another key level. Look at this. Price trying to respect this zone. Okay. So I just had to draw that. Look at this. Price dropped around this zone. Come on. Price dropped around this zone. Respecting. Let's zoom in more. So this movement had not happened. Let me do this. Let me circle this. This movement had not happened. Actually, news was also on the way. Crazy, right? So zooming in, guys, look at this. I have this trend line. I repeat, understand how the market is approaching a support or a resistance. Same patterns. Market once again approached this support in a contraction way. Guys, anytime you see that, then prepare for a reversal. Then I said, okay, that's what's up. Go back to the 15, identify the previous now lower high, mark that zone and wait for price to break. Why do I have to wait for price to break out of that zone? That means that now the downtrend is done. So the previous immediate lower high was this zone. Look at this. This is what I identified. Okay, I did identify this. So all I just had to wait is for price to break out from this zone. All right, but at the same time, CPI was on its way, guys. CPI was on its way, and if I zoom in, look at this. This is what CPI did. Boom, took out everybody. Let's go back to the H1. Let me show you something. At the H1, look at this candlestick. So after CPI ended, guys, then this candlestick opened, and then I just had to wait for this candlestick to close. You can see the candlestick closed above now my resistance zone. I did not hesitate. I did not care. I did take my buy immediately. Come on. I did take my buy immediately over here. All right. I was popping, and so I'm back. I also had NZD card actually on my watch list, so I was just waiting for news to come to the end and then take my buy enter. As you can see, this is what news did. News did this, and now the market has already corrected and is trying to now go to the right direction. So I'm just going to take a buy right now. All right, that should be stop loss 79,870. Let me check my risk management. 1.62. Yeah, that's what's up. So that should be stop loss 0.7987. It's going to be a quick one. Check profit should be 0.80671. Boom! That's what's up. So as you can see, Euro NZD actually started playing out nicely, and I'll see how it plays out. Basically, don't worry, I'll explain everything in my trading view after closing. So see you on the other side, baby. But I want to explain something. This time, guys, I was not that keen. I did not go to the 1 minute and understand what the 1 minute was doing. Let's go back to the 1 minute. So I did make my buy entry early. All right, that was an early entry, meaning I took my buy entry at the resistance, which is not a good idea, right? Look at this. This is the zone I did take my buy entry. All right, so when I came back to the 1 minute, I did understand, okay, price was in an uptrend. So all I just had to do, I was supposed to do, is wait for price to come back and retest this downtrend, guys, and then take my buy entry now. All right, this would have been the best position. Look at this. I would have risked sorry I would have risked actually around 10 pips, but now I did risk 32 pips. You see, because of course I'm using my strategy, wait for price to break out of this higher zone, but at the same time price was also doing something at the 1 minute. So look at this, guys. Then price did play out. That was in the night. I was asleep, of course. I was not monitoring everything. So at the this is what happened when I was asleep. Price went up, but then did not, during my analysis before taking this trade, I did not identify this higher zone. This zone was also key. Price trade to play out. So this was not there when I was doing my analysis. So my anticipation was price to go back and retest this high zone. All right, so maybe let me say I was greedy, right? And then I just had to, okay, price also respected this zone for so many times. That's why you can see now price went, let me return something over here. Let me do something. Let's go back to the 15 now and tell you something. All right, look at this. If only I did identify this zone, I would have now closed this trade, but then it was not a good risk to reward ratio still. All right, as you can see now, price bounced off this immediate highest zone, but there's no problem. You can see I'm back in a drawdown. There's no problem. I'm still going to hold on to this trade because I still have good analysis and confidence that we're still going up. But at the same time, we're still having news coming out today, guys. So you can see that's what's up, guys. News has found me once again in the market. So I don't know, maybe as usual, maybe news might take me out. At the same time, let me show you something at the 1 minute. I'm seeing a certain pattern that price is trying to do. Let's just do something over here. Okay, we need to understand what price is trying to do. Okay, this is what's up. Price did that. Okay, so you can see these are just signs of reversal to go to the upper side. That's why I'm still having good faith in this trade. Look at this. Price already started giving us high low, respecting this support that it has started creating. Right, look at that. Price one high low. So if I do this, guys, you need to understand what the market is doing. I'm tired of repeating this. You need to understand what the market is doing before making any decision. Look at that. So price has already started doing that. At the same time, that might also be a correction. Okay, it might be a correction for a continuation. Look at this. But I don't think so. If it was supposed to be a correction, something might be different. I don't think so. That's not a correction. We're still going to go to the upper side. I still have faith in my analysis though. All right, and I'll just hold on to this. If news comes out and takes me out, there's no problem, guys. This week has been just wins. From last week, wins, and I'm okay. One loss is not bad, guys. You can't be, I'm not God, bro, man. So we can't just be winning every day. Sometimes you have to get the brokers to eat something. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. It was just going to be around 32 pips, not bad. All right. That's what's up. So that's the only trade currently in and still open, but I still have faith in this joint. So that's what's up. So guys, I believe that's all for today. Maybe if you learned something, guys, you might consider smashing that subscribe button, guys. Man. And once again, guys, I need to give you big thanks. All right, my channel, guys, is growing, and it's because of you guys. The support is crazy. All right, so it's just a matter of time before we get up to that 500 subscriber mark, guys. 500 subscribers will be great, guys. So if you've not smashed that subscribe button, guys, smash that subscribe button, guys. Remember, we are almost hitting that 500 subscribers, so please join the gang. All right, so maybe until next time, man. Adios, amigos.